Coach, week one now, you've gone through a couple of dress rehearsals, through a practice and a scrimmage. Before we talk about this Friday night, let's go back to last Friday and give me your evaluation on what you saw on both sides of the football.
It was a new opponent for us. Franklin County gave us a really good look. I mean, they're a 4A school, big kids. It was good to play somebody that would help us in the future, and I think they run an offense that we'll see down the road several times. Defensively, they were doing some things that are going to help us this week. There was not a negative that came out of it. We stayed healthy. I thought it was a good night.
You know, and that's one thing you said to me last week is by playing somebody different in the scrimmage, you got a chance to really evaluate maybe a little bit better because it was a bigger school and such.
Yeah, and you know, Franklin County is a well-coached team. Not to say that the other teams we've scrimmaged haven't been, but they were doing some things that we warn our kids about out here, and I think it helped to see it. And then they got to see it again on Saturday morning on film, and like I said, I thought it was one of the best things we've done in a long time.
Coach, I would imagine then when you get done watching that, this is a better football team after than what it was going in, correct?
Correct. This is a pretty good football team behind me. I think they're probably being a little bit overlooked, which is fine. We love it. But they're not a bad team. There's some talented kids. They know how to play football. We've got a lot of experience. And although we don't have that, superstar that a lot of teams have, we got a lot of guys that work well together, and there'll be a star to come out of this team by the end of the season. There'll be names that are known, and that's fine. That's the way we would actually kind of prefer it that way.
It seems to me too that you have a lot of chemistry. These guys, working hard together, getting what they needed to do during the summer and such, and then of course coming out in camp and just watching them come out here, you can kind of tell they're really a big family here.
Yeah, and the average person probably doesn't realize how much goes on in the summer, especially these days. We had we took 5 trips and went to 5 competitions, and of course we were here for 12 practices, and then we had weights, and we spent a lot of time together.
Coach, there's no doubt about it. Hey, let's talk about Friday now. Your season opener, home opener, all of that wrapped into one. Everything, try to stay focused and play some football on Friday night. You play a Union County team, as we discussed off the air. They're down a little bit in numbers, but still those numbers they have are pretty quality.
Yeah, they've got some real players, and we respect the heck out of them, and Joel does a good job of coaching them over there, and Steve Finch is a good defensive coordinator, and there's no way that we will overlook them or minimize what they can do. They've got the conference's leading receiver coming back. They've got some solid defensive players returning. I can't begin to tell you enough that we consider them one of the front runners in the conference, and so we've got to really be playing well to even have a chance at them.
With the lack of depth, I guess I better ask you, just from a standpoint, will they try to throw the football a little bit more? Are they going to try to run it? Will it be more of a balanced attack?
I don't know. I don't know. They've got a new quarterback. They certainly didn't show much in the scrimmage. Most teams don't. They stayed real plain vanilla, and we scouted as best as we can. We look at last year's film. They were a throwing team last year, but they lost their quarterback, who was a 1,700-yard quarterback. So the Wicker kid can throw the ball. He's got an arm. He's able to get the ball down the field. I just don't know what they think they'll do, but we're planning on facing more of a spread attack with maybe a little bit of the quarterback running, and he's a great athlete. So we will find out. By the end of the first quarter, we'll know.